There's something quietly painful about being misunderstood, especially when it's by the people who were supposed to know your heart. It doesn't matter how kind you are, how carefully you speak, or how honest your intentions are. Somehow, someone will still see your silence as arrogance, your confidence as pride, or your gentleness as weakness. And when that happens, it stings. You feel the need to step forward and explain yourself. You want to correct their image of you, to say, "That's not who I am." But deep down, you already know how that goes. You've tried before. You've explained yourself. You've laid out every detail with sincerity. And still, people only hear what they want to hear. Because most are not truly listening for truth. They are only looking for something that confirms what they already believe. Now think about Krishna, not just as a divine figure, but as someone who lived among people who misunderstood him constantly. On the battlefield, in the courts of kings, even among his own family, everyone saw him through different eyes. Some worshipped him, some feared him, some admired him, and some hated him. There were those, like Duryodhan, who thought Krishna was nothing more than a clever manipulator, hiding his agenda behind calm words. But Krishna never rushed to explain. He didn't argue with every accusation or try to change every mind. That silence was not indifference. It was awareness. He simply saw the truth of people, the depth of their understanding, and knew not every eye is ready to see clearly. In the Gita, he describes what that kind of seeing looks like. He says that the wise view all beings with equal vision, whether it's a gentle priest, a cow, an elephant, a dog, or even someone considered untouchable. He wasn't saying they're all the same in behavior or intellect. He was saying that behind every form, there is the same essence, the same light. And when you can see from that place, you don't react. You reflect. That's what Krishna became, a mirror, not a sponge. A sponge soaks in everything. Every insult, every opinion, every judgment, it all sticks. But a mirror receives everything, reflects it, and holds nothing. This is not easy. Most of us absorb pain. We hold on to unfair words and carry them around, letting them weigh us down long after the moment has passed. But Krishna shows another way. He teaches that if you don't allow those things to enter your spirit, they pass right through you. You remain untouched. And that is what true strength looks like. There will be times in your life when your calmness will irritate others. Your honesty might make people uncomfortable. Your presence alone may feel threatening to someone who is still driven by insecurity or ego. And they may try to disturb you, not because you did anything wrong, but because something in you reminds them of something in themselves they haven't made peace with. If you respond by fighting back, you get pulled into their storm. But if you simply reflect, not react, then you remain grounded in your peace. And something powerful happens. The person who came to shake you ends up facing themselves. That's why Krishna never felt the need to convince anyone. He knew that people often project their own fears, doubts, and pain onto others. What they see in you might have nothing to do with who you really are, and everything to do with what they are carrying inside. Understanding this is liberating. You no longer feel the need to argue with every judgment or run after every misunderstanding. You start responding from steadiness, not from pain. You act without aggression. You speak without defensiveness. You leave without bitterness. This is what Krishna modeled. Not silence out of fear, but silence rooted in clarity. Not detachment from the world, but detachment from needing the world to approve of him. And that's something you can live you. You are not here to constantly explain who you are. You are not here to fix people's perceptions or carry the burden of their expectations. You are here to reflect truth, quietly and firmly, through the way you live, the way you love, and the way you hold yourself, even when no one understands you. The more you grow, the more you'll be tested. People will judge your peace, question your strength, or doubt your kindness. And in each moment, you'll have to decide, will I lose myself trying to change their mind, or will I stay rooted in who I am? You don't have to be cold or distant. You don't have to walk away from everyone. But you do need to pause. Because that pause, the space between what someone says and how you respond, that is where your power lives. That is where you decide whether you mirror peace or absorb chaos. The world has enough people reacting. It needs more people reflecting. People who walk into storms without becoming them. People who can hold space without losing their ground. People who don't need to speak loudly, because their stillness already says what needs to be said. And if you ever forget how to be that, just return to Krishna's example. The way he stood in the middle of war, carrying peace in his eyes. The way he met anger with understanding. The way he remained unshaken, not because there was no chaos around him, but because he had already found calm within. Because in the end, the greatest power is not in being right. It's in being clear. And when your clarity is strong, you become untouchable, not because nothing reaches you, but because nothing controls you.